Hello everybody, this is TricksterKat, the Alpha Monster, and I would like to play a game. Okay, this game is Moonlight Crossing. It is a free visual novel from Game Jolt. It might be found in a few other places, I'm not sure, but that's where I found it. And this game is extremely pretty. It's very much aesthetic, but anyway, it's just very much visuals, but it's got really pretty music, and I've actually attempted to record this a few times, and I kept having technical difficulties. So I kind of know, I know more about this game than I wish I had been able to record. I wish I had been able to record as I went, and so you guys could see my first reactions. But unfortunately that was impossible. There's going to be a lot of talking in this. I'm going to try to, I'm going to get these episodes out pretty fast. This is going to be busted down into multiple episodes just because I end up talking about it so much. Like, to be completely honest, if I don't sit and talk about it, you could probably get through this game in somewhere between half an hour to an hour and a half, depending on how slow or fast you are. But like, one time I went through it and I just ended up ranting about it so much that I ended up it taking like 2 hours. So we'll see. We shall see. Anyway, on to the actual game that you're actually here to watch. On a night like any other, the fairy Pleione dreams until... What? Guess I should go look into whatever that was. Right, all dressed up and ready to go. This is what I meant by how this is very much a visual aesthetic. They very much went hard with the aesthetic with this. And I really like how you can see all her galaxy theme and everything. And I like all these little details, like the little chains and everything. How they contrast the warm gold tones against the cool blues and purples of her outfit. I really like her the whole moth thing she has going, where you've got the forearms and the wings and the fur collar slash neck thing, and like, I don't know if those are like clips or something, but like the symbolic eyes and her little antenna, and it's just really cute. Sorry, and she's just, you can see a lot just from like the way she's posed and like her expression. She seems to be very kind, kind of gentle, very feminine, which is also, you see that a lot also partially from everything behind her, from her room. You can see how she's got the multiple different things in her room in purples and blues. She's got her canopy that's very light and very sheer, but also has the slight galaxy thing going. She's got the white bed that's really low to the ground. She also has a little pet bed right at the foot of her bed, and the star-themed pillow and matching curtains. And it's just all it's like light and airy and feminine, and it really goes with her pretty well too. And I also really like the detail on her corset, where these aren't actually just, they're star charts on the material itself, but you can also see, if you look, embroidered on the star chart themed fabric is actually alchemical symbols that match the symbols for the planets. Some people might recognize similar symbols, well, not similar, the same symbols that actually appear on the inside the little magic wands for the Sailor Scouts and Sailor Moon. I keep going, What is... It was a big, fancy pile of metal, unlike any Peony had seen, stuck in the ground before. The impact seemed to have created a crater. It's a big thing. Probably a human thing? Looks like it was damaged. Probably got torn off from a bigger thing? I did hear more than one. I bet my sisters have checked in on these. Hold up. I bet my sisters have checked in on those, so guess I'll try to catch Malia at her house. See, this, once again, you can see all the little differences in the character. I really, really appreciate the character design. I don't know who did it yet. I'm going to find out. But you see so much, like, I really appreciate how much thought they put into the color palettes of the characters themselves and the backgrounds, because you can see how all the little colors in the background are brought into this girl Malia's color palette. Even all the colors of the flowers in here, you can see that she has her own little flower crown. And I really appreciate how, even though there's a lot of elements of her outfit that are very, and like even just of her in general, that are very similar to Peony, you can see all these little differences, like the fact that she's very much more. She has all these traditional elements to hers, and she's very much more conservative. But she almost looks like at one point she was very bold, but that she's sort of faded since then. Sort of like an old leatherback book that had gold leaf on it that sort of faded with time. It's a really nice effect, really pretty, and looking once again the subtle posing. These are very basic poses in a lot of cases, but they're really effective. Just to sometimes it's just they're not very out there poses, but they're subtle and they're very effective. You can see just by her expression and everything. So much about her. She seems a little resigned. She doesn't seem to be very. She's not very energetic or outgoing, but she does seem to have a strength to her. Kind of a less a spine of steel and more a spine of hardwood, if you get me. And I really also appreciate how you can, the way everything, even though the background is very stylized and painterly, you can very much see that there's, this is early morning, because if you see in the background, you can see the morning fog kind of being, slowly being pushed back from the sun that's, hitting the house and everything, from behind the point of view, behind and to the right of the point of view. And you can see how the color of the light of the sun is very much warm yellows, while the color in the back is more grays blue and very cool tones. That is the early morning, and cute little butterflies and everything. And the way the house is designed is also pretty unique. You can see the two different kinds of stone and brick and everything. Almost as if at some point the house was made one way, but at another point maybe they had to add additions or they had to repair it or something, and they just kind of left it that way. With this split in the middle, it looks almost like maybe part of it had been damaged or had to be fixed up or replaced or whatever. And that's really interesting. It's a house with a lot of character, and the entirety of the background does have a lot of character. Like how there's only the 3 stones coming up the way instead of all the way down the path, which would have been a more generic way of going about it. But the 3 stones is almost more realistic because most people, they're not going to bother that much, especially if they're out in the forest somewhere. And like, just all these little things, like how there's one color, like how the paneling on the windows is one color, and how the paneling up here is a similar color, but almost looks like it has either, it looks like either it has one of the two has faded more, or like it was a similar color that they tried to match but didn't quite manage, like they eyeballed it. But at the same time, around the door, they don't have that same paneling, and the crosswork on the building itself, the woodwork up here, isn't painted to match the paneling. So this all kind of gives this idea of one person kind of decorating as they go, and trying to kind of have each new piece kind of go with the rest of the house, but not really like I said, kind of eyeballing it, and like all these little details, these little personal details that make it really realistic. I really appreciate stuff like that. Like, it's little things, but like, if I could almost say that, like, looking at these trees and how like smooth they are and stuff, I bet if I knew more about trees, I could tell you what kind of trees those were. Like, little things like that. I just really, really appreciate those kinds of things. Hey Mel, did you find a big hunk of metal like I did? And I also really like how just looking at these two characters, like, you can see how very much Malia is at home with where she is. Like, she's very much a product of her place, but Cleone is also very much, she's a product of more of where she wants, like, you can almost tell she's more, she's living more in her imagination, and her head and heart very much are not where she is right now, and it's very visually shown. And you get all that just by like this passing glance, and it's just, I'm sorry, when people bring something, little minor things, like even the color palette into the storytelling, I can't help but extremely appreciate that. And it's just very well done. Like, I don't know who was in charge of the overall visual direction, but like, gold star to you, my dude. Just, yes. Cleone. You could say that I did, yes. I heard 3 noises. Do you know how many pieces this thing is in? There were 3 larger pieces and some smaller ones scattered about. There also was a human who had passed away. What? How'd he die? Was he trying to do a suicide rush? I beg your pardon. No, it wasn't suicide. I believe that his craft's landing gear failed to engage, causing him to crash. Landing gear? Of course. As you can see, it failed to properly descend from the moon without it. It what? I love her little star eyes. It fell from the moon. The moon? Yes, moon. I didn't know mortals could go to the moon! Leone, they have been doing so for years now. But Sakura never told me about them. Oh. My pen pal from the moon! I also find it cute that they just say it matter-of-factly, like, oh yeah, everybody has pen pals from throughout the galaxy. I mean, you had, when you were in kindergarten and elementary school, you had, the school set up, like, pen pals with, like, Mars and Uranus and various star systems throughout the galaxy and the universe, right? Right, totally. Ah, yes. Lagomorph you told me about. Lego... what? She's a bunny! Lagomorph is... never mind. But you know... it might be possible for you to make it fly again. What? Of course, it would need rather comprehensive repairs first. Oh. And, I think, none of us really have the technical acumen to do so. Oh. Wait. Maybe I could ask TricksterKat. TricksterKat? Combo breaker. No, maybe I could ask TricksterKat. Maybe I could ask TricksterKat. Get it. Okay, one more time. Maybe I could ask TricksterKat. She's immortal. One more time. Maybe I could ask TricksterKat. She's immortal. Maybe she knows about these. Nailed it. TricksterKat? Well, she is technically immortal, but... yeah, I'll do that right now. Thanks, Malia. You are welcome. Okay. Like I said, this was going to be in episodes. I'm going to make these kind of shorter episodes, so this is actually where I'm going to stop for this second. I will be putting up the next episode very soon, so watch out for that. But until next time, this is TricksterKat, the Alpha Monster, and we will keep on playing this game.